Hi, I am Silvy Mathew, student number MOC 005017, unit code AMC01, and lecturer name is David Fanon. Hello, today I will be exploring empathy as one of the most significant element of effective counseling. My presentation is in two parts. First, I will look into the scholarly literature on empathy, which will include what it is, how it builds the therapeutic relationship, and its profound benefits for clients. Afterwards, I will reflect on my own relationship with its critical skill and how I plan to cultivate it in my future practice. So, part A, define empathy. So, what exactly is empathy? So, it is often confused with the sympathy, but both are significantly distinct. Psychologist Carl Rogers, the father of person-centered therapy, defined empathy not as a feeling for the client, but as the process of sensing the client's private world, as if it were your own, but without ever losing the as if it quality. The concept presented two key components, which include affective empathy and cognitive empathy. So, according to Palmabo, affective empathy can be described as the ability to sense and share the client's emotional experience. On the other hand, Levitt states that cognitive empathy is the intellectual ability to understand the client's perspective and their internal frame of references. And Littenberg present empathy as being about accurately perceiving the client feelings and meanings. It also involves communicating that understanding back to the client. This makes it an active, ongoing process. So, empathy and the therapeutic relationship. Empathy is a critical part in establishing a therapeutic alliance with the client. In this capacity, when a counselor consistently demonstrates accurate empathy, it directly influences the relationship in three powerful ways. Firstly, empathy builds trust and safety as it makes the client feel seen, heard, and understood. Portland and Gila note that validating the client's feelings create a safe space where clients feel secure enough to be vulnerable. This kind of environment makes it easier for them to share their personal and painful experiences. I have experienced this aspect directly when dealing with my close circle of friends, in which we support each other by sharing our problems openly and finding solutions where applicable. I established that being empathetic helps build a strong relationship, which makes the concept suitable for the therapeutic relationship. Secondly, empathy facilitates exploration, which clients are placed in a safe environment where they are encouraged to deeply examine their thoughts and feelings. A study by Watson highlights empathy as the light that allows both the client and counselor to see into the darker, more confusing corner of the client's experience. Lastly, empathy also strengthens collaboration as the counselor and the client work together in a process of reflecting and seeking understanding. According to Denan and Grenade, collaboration between the counselor and the client makes it easier to establish a strong, effective therapeutic relationship. So, come to benefit of empathy. At this point, we have established the importance of empathy in counseling. However, we still have to consider how the concept benefits the client. These benefits can be presented in three main ways. Firstly, an empathetic relationship ensure an increased self-understanding. This user highlights Caller Rogers' proposal that the counselor empathetic understanding helps clients hear their own thoughts and feelings more clearly, leading to greater self-awareness and self-acceptance. Secondly, a study by Batson presented therapeutic empathy as a robust predictor of positive client outcomes across a wide range of therapies and client issues. And has been determined as an important ingredient in ensuring successful therapeutic processes. Lastly, Empathy in counseling has brought about significant progress in emotional regulation. This is a result of being placed in a safe, calm, non-judgmental environment, which further helps clients to effectively regulate their difficult emotions. The relationship formed between the counsel and client become a regulatory experience. So, come to part B. Importance of empathy in my practice. In my practice, empathy is not a just tool, but a philosophical aspect that has drawn me closer towards my desire to be a counselor. I believe that human connection is the most powerful agent of change. In my future practice, I want empathy to be my primary guide as it builds a strong foundation in every relationship. It will be the lens that I would use to understand my clients' struggles and the bridge that allows me to walk alongside them without needing to direct their path. A lack of empathy in therapy would make it sterile and technical. However, including it in therapy makes it the whole process truly human, giving space for healing. So, current relationship with empathy, reflecting on where I am now, I would describe my empathy as a strong foundation that still has room to be improved. I often and naturally express the affective component as I easily feel with people. However, I am consciously working on the cognitive and practical aspect, which will ensure that my understanding is accurate and that I effectively communicate. In another aspect, I am mindful of the pitfalls such as empathy fatigue or become overwhelmed by clients' pain. My current challenge is to stay deeply connected while firmly being grounded in my role as a practitioner and come to develop opportunity to opportunities for development. So here, developing empathy is a lifelong practice, and I plan to cultivate it through several intentional opportunities. One important opportunity involves supervision and consultation. Maman highlights that supervision provides a reliable space to process my emotional reaction to clients' stories and experiences. This helps me differentiate my own experience from the client experience, which allows for a pure and accurate expression of empathy. Another opportunity is deliberate practice, which will entail seeking feedback from my peers and supervisor on my empathetic responses. Sahag, Sahang, note that recording section with the consent and reviewing them to analyze the timing and accuracy of the empathetic reflection is a powerful method for skill development. Personal therapy is also an opportunity to consider and engaging in my own therapy will enable me to experience the receiving end of empathy. This will deepen my understanding of its impact and the challenges from their client chair. Lastly, mindfulness practice will provide opportunity for regular mindfulness meditation, which will strengthen the muscle of non-judgmental present moment awareness. Michalek state that this is the exact state of mind required to be fully present with a client and accurately sense their emotional world. Come to conclusion part. So in conclusion, empathy is a far more than a soft skill. It is an evidence-based, active, learnable competency that forms the therapeutic relationship and drives positive change. It is the heart of healing. For me, it will be a core of value of my practice. One I am committed to nurturing through supervision, deliberate practice, and my own personal and professional growth. Thank you so much.